that was over. Oh, it did go on. So I guess the video did start. I'm not doing so well. Probably can't see. And if I hit it, it'll probably fuck up my video. No, it worked. So that's what I'm playing with right now. I'm just in my bed, as you can see. The birds are chirping outside. I'm not sure if you can hear those. I woke up to shaking. Well, not shaking, it's nauseous. Muscle aches and pains in the upper arm. What's weird is I'm not getting shocked real bad from talking yet. I have my eyes closed and the room dark, and when I puke, I get a shock going through my nervous system. Took a Zofran, just got done with it. Oh, I'm having stomach issues ever since childhood like this every morning. I remember at the age of 15, 16, puking, with and without an antibiotic. When I took the antibiotic, the puke was coming up if I liked it or not. When I didn't take the antibiotic, I just felt nauseous all morning and sometimes I puked. That nauseous every morning continued all the way through the age of 31. Started with some pills and ipecac punishments and some food poisoning and stuff like that. But by the time I was 11, 12, it was permanent. My stomach was bad. And again, pills will do that. And I had a crazy mother with pills. Gonna enjoy my cat nuts, birdies. Go back to sleep. Yeah, apparently the birdies get up at the same time I start vomiting, 4 a.m. I get up sick to my stomach at 4. By about 4:15, 4:30, all the birds are waking up chirping. Usually, I can seem to get myself together by 9 if I get up at 4 or 5. If I have to go to work early in the morning at 6 or 7, I gotta set the first alarm for 2 a.m. so I can puke from 2 to 3, 2 to 4. Deal with that. Try to eat some toast, graham crackers, saltines, Zofran, bay leaf and tea. Maybe bring a couple of things with me like that, like a bay leaf. Oh. Fuck. At least I'm catching my breath in between. Some mornings I puke and dry heave so bad that I can't catch a breath. And it's like I hyperventilate. And my nose is running from the vomiting too. This is every morning for years. Some mornings not as bad as others, but they're all nauseous. Some mornings I'm over a trash can. Other mornings I'm just slow and sick to my stomach and not eating. Usually I start eating after I settle my stomach with something, like medication, not before. And if I don't settle my stomach, it just gets worse. And when I do settle my stomach with some bay leaf tea, Zofran, and Cheerios, it doesn't stay. And it's not full. It's not normal stomach. The rest of the world doesn't have to feel the way I feel during childhood or adulthood. And the rest of the world, when they go to the doctor, they don't get what I get. Why am I different? I had a lying mother and a father that didn't care what happened to an adopted child. I could be raped with a red hot poker as much as he's concerned by his wife. And he would have let it continue upstairs as I screamed in pain. And as long as my mother had good excuses, he would allow it to continue no matter how many blisters, no matter how many warnings on paper are given to him at any pharmacies or any doctors, no matter how many doctors say to pay attention, he would let it continue. And that's the reason why at the age of 31, it's very hard for me to get treated for my illnesses. Because somebody lied and manipulated and didn't want me to get treated. They spent 15 years covering up my illnesses and my disabilities and making up fake and fantasized disabilities that were based on no real world facts. Just a bunch of spun fantasies by my mother. I burn a slug slime. God, that fucking hurt. God, that one really fucking not the time. Not while I have my head in the can. That's one of my alarm clocks telling me to take medication before I start vomiting, but I was already woken up today. Usually I just hit that with my hand. I don't actually have to hit any buttons. I just touch the screen and it goes off. Oh, God. And it's just like this is so hard to even talk. Alarms like that really, really fucking make you sick. But it goes away slowly. It's part my nervous system, part a weak stomach from lots of drugs. My mother loved drugs with me. She loved putting me and giving me drugs. Drugs I needed from a doctor, drugs I didn't need. She loved making up fantasies that couldn't be proven or disproven. She makes up a mental illness like bipolar, gives me downers, and then lets me be up, and then gives me downers, and then lets me be at my natural up, and then gives me downers. Oh, God, I'm gonna puke again. There's nothing left. By doing that, then she walks into a doctor's office, brings this 9-year-old or 7-year-old in and says, look, he's bipolar. He's down and then up and then down and then up. I can't understand it. I give him a bunch of downers and he gets down. Then the downers wear off, and he goes up. Then I give him more downers and pills and he goes down. He gets sick from all these different pills I'm giving him, some prescribed, some not. He doesn't like me giving him extra Epicac and extra medication. He doesn't like when I beat him with a ruler. Something's wrong with my son. He must have attachment disorder. He doesn't enjoy it when I beat him, smack him. He doesn't enjoy it when I slip him pills for his adoption and he has a horrible reaction. He doesn't enjoy it when he loses the ability to see out of his eyeballs and use his nervous system for the rest of his life. He doesn't enjoy the upset stomach and all the changes in his body from all the drugs I'm giving him. So he must be bipolar. He must have attachment disorder. We must give him more drugs. We must make this much, much worse, is what my mother basically said, in other words, while creating fantasies in between. And nothing she ever made up for her mental illness really was ever based off any real world facts. Like my swimming medal. Why did I have attachment disorder? Because I was writing my name, my old last name, on everything, which my mother only presented a medal, because it was the only thing with my old last name on it. And she said, see this medal? He wrote a G on it, so he must have attachment disorder. Meanwhile, what my mother was really doing is I won a medal in an orphanage and tried to show it to her. Oh, God, my stomach. And you know what my mother did? She called me a liar. said it must be an African American's because the white kid isn't athletic and the black kid is athletic. So it must be the African American, she says out loud. Then she says to me that I'm a liar and a thief and no good. She steals my swimming medal away and won't give it back to me as I cry and say, "It's mine, I want it, it's mine. I want it in the orphanage, it's mine. I want it in the orphanage before you knew me, it's mine." And as I cry and cry about this woman stealing my accomplishments away from me, and then she wants to tell everybody that I am having an illness, and that's why she had to take this medal away from me because I'm ill and I need to be medicated. And then she brings me the psychiatrist, showing this medal to psychiatrist, saying that I must be writing my old last name on stuff and I'm out to get her. So I need to be medicated because I have all these illnesses that my mother is making up and fantasizing about that are based on no real world reality. They're based all in my mother's head as she twitched. Oh God, I'm gonna puke. As she whew, this has been going on for years for my stomach. Well, I have other videos you can refer to for this one. Oh, fuck, my nose is dripping all over me too. I'm so tired of this. I mean, at the age of 14, I used to wake up like this. In the program, I was puking in front of staff. They brought me to the doctors at age 16 for this. Now I'm 31 and it's still happening.